Well, next, I would like to invite our speaker for the day up. Caitlin Oyen is Nick and Carrie's daughter, and thank you for taking time out of your very busy day as a student to come and join us and talk about Empower Hygiene Project.
Hello everybody, my name is Caitlin Oyen. A lot of you guys know me. I'm a high school student at Vermillion High School. Today is actually my first day of my junior year, and I am skipping out on some fourth period. Yeah, woo! To be here today. So I'm going to talk to you guys about this project I created called Empower Hygiene Project. It's completely led with the help of my parents, but I do completely lead it. So it's a student-led project. So what is this project? So for those of you I haven't talked to and those of you who don't really know, Empower Hygiene Project is a student-led project where we pack these kits. So these kits have essential hygiene care items in them. I am a research gal, so as I go through this presentation, you're going to hear all my opinions and all my research behind what goes into these kits. But they are just in quart-sized bags, and they hold important hygiene products for families in need. So I have a couple pictures up here for you guys to look at. So I have always really been into trying to make a change. So my first passion project, so Mom was there with me. I was in fourth grade. And I would say this was a big turning point in my life. I mean, you're 8, 9 years old. I think this is really when you realize that you are luckier than other kids in your class, or other kids in your class are luckier than you. And I always talk about realizing that it was the first time I realized that my peers, some of them, don't get presents for Christmas. And I had gotten so many, and I was so confused by it. And it just made me so sad. So I decided to do a toy drive for the Civic Council. And I don't even know how many toys we got, but I think we got a good amount. And they went to families in need, and they were affordable Christmas presents. So I was hoping maybe I could help some of my peers that weren't able to have those gifts. And when I got into middle school, I still really liked trying to help other people. This is when I learned about the women's shelter in Sioux Falls. I believe they changed their name to the Family Protection Center or something like that. And then I ran a book drive at our school. We collected, I would say almost 500 books, because the school donated, the local library donated, and then we were able to donate them to the women's shelter, and that's just another group of people we were able to help. And then my freshman year of high school, I decided that I really needed to start making impact in my community specifically. So I started volunteering at the local food pantry, which I will plug to literally everybody. Volunteering at the food pantry, so fun. It was such a wonderful time. I met so many people here. I actually see some familiar faces right now from volunteering at the food pantry. I really loved it, but it made me see that there are so many needs for impoverished families. A lot of us think, poverty, you don't have food in the fridge, you don't have a stable house, but there's a lot of things that go into it. And something that I think is often overlooked is hygiene care. People who are impoverished have to make impossible decisions. It's always something you think about. So do I buy soap or do I buy food? Do I pay rent or do I buy food or do I buy soap? And it is an impossible battle for needs. And then I started realizing that people would come super early to the food pantry, yes? If you've ever volunteered there, there's people there waiting for 30 minutes before it opens. So I took it upon myself to ask them, what is it you really need? What are you missing out on? And I constantly heard hygiene care products. You go to the food pantry to get food, but you need hygiene care products. The food pantry they're always putting out these little, these bags, what are they called, drawstring bags that have hygiene care items in them, but there's only 5 of them each day, because it's just impossible to have that many hygiene care items. So being the person I am, being the person who does all these projects, I decided that we needed consistent hygiene care products at our food pantry for these families in need. And that's really when it all started for me. I recognized a need in our community, and I decided to make these travel-sized hygiene care items for people in need because it is a huge gap in our care for those in poverty in our town. So why, I don't know how that got messed up, but why does hygiene care matter? So like I said at the beginning, I love research. It is my favorite thing to do in my free time. So I spent some free time this summer, like a good 16-year-old, on my computer all day, and I did an analysis of the Medicaid report. Like a good teenager. So I did an analysis of preventable diseases by hygiene care. So there are diseases that are just caused by poor hygiene. Like if you think like dental abscesses, severe eczema, typically caused by a lack of hygiene care items. And I analyzed them, compared them to the Medicaid cost by county. We could talk afterwards. If anybody's interested, I will talk about it for hours, okay? Hours, okay? But basically, the gist is that if we had available hygiene care everywhere in the state, our state would save $5 million a year annually on avoidable costs through Medicaid. And poor hygiene has just such an insane impact on life. I told you about the big age of realization about 8 years old, but I think about 8 years old is when I realized some kids come to class dirty. Some kids come to class, they don't smell very well. And we like to poke fun, right? That's how all of us were raised, that you kind of poke fun at that kid, but truly it is a lack of resources for these hygiene care items. It is poverty, and that causes social isolation, okay? It's a key word here. Being the kid who smells bad makes people not talk to you, okay? That can have an insane impact on your life. So that's something I typically talk about with this. So how does my group help? So we help families stay clean. That is our main priority, to help families in need stay clean. We distribute pre-packaged travel-sized hygiene kits. So that's the gist of it. We have hygiene care items in a pre-packaged kit. We make them in bulk, and we donate them mostly to the food pantry. Like I said at the beginning, we have donated 700 kits to the food pantry in the past year. But we've made 800 kits total to help families in need. So most of our stuff goes to the food pantry. We've also raised about $3,000 for this project so far. So the big thing, what goes into these kits? So a thing that I always think about is deodorant is so important, especially when it gets hot outside. When you sweat, you smell bad. You want to smell good? Deodorant, okay? And then another thing is 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner for hair care needs. And then this thing, the comb, toothbrush, and toothpaste combo I have a picture of. Best thing I've ever found on Amazon, okay? It is a it's like yay big. It's like in a little bag kind of thing. It is a toothbrush, it is a comb, and it is toothpaste. And that's just something you honestly don't think about. Like, you don't think about these families not having access to these things because they just seem so accessible. And lastly, body wash. Body wash is also really important for those avoidable things, like avoidable diseases by hygiene. And all of them, it kind of got cut off, but they're all bought in bulk. You can some of them, they're like 100 pack and 200 packs didn't get cut off, but we pack 500 kits at a time. And that goes into how you can help me do this project. Okay, we pack about 500 kits at a time. That is 500 kits for 500 different families in need, and it's about $650 for 500 kits. So what I'm asking of you today, after you hear about me and what I'm into, I'm asking you guys to at least spread the word if you could. I have our website up there. I also have it in the pamphlets I passed out to you guys before this. Another thing, and if you're willing to open your hearts to this, donations always help, right? We are this project, I know I'm a high schooler, but it is a 501c3. I do all the paperwork for it. So all these donations are tax deductible. And I have the PayPal scan thing up here and in your pamphlets. But we will take any form of donation. All donations are A-okay with me. And then something people don't think about normally when they try to donate is that if you have those unused like travel size shampoos, like you went on a trip to Europe, you got really excited, bought 500 of them, donate them to me, I got it, okay? I'll pack them into these kits. And yeah, and if you guys are on social media like I am all the time, we have an Instagram, we have a TikTok, we have a Facebook for all you guys, and it's all at Empower Hygiene. Okay, so I think that's the end of my presentation. So do I open up for questions? Okay, does anybody have any questions for me? Oh, Kevin.
Good job, by the way. So do you need help doing the packaging too, or is it your mom and dad sitting on the kitchen table for 5 hours?
So it does take a while. So my new thing, I'm trying to talk to more groups. So thank goodness I'm talking to you guys. I'm having a great time talking to you guys. So yes, of course, I need help packing those kits, and I think I'm going to work with more groups in the future.
Any hands make light work?
Yes.
Just so everyone's aware, that is something our Rotary Board is discussing right now, is how can we help monetarily and maybe even helping. We have to meet again and make a final decision, but we are talking about this.
Yeah, and I actually, so for the past 2 years, I bring all the supplies for this, and then for the high school volunteer day during homecoming, I have them pack kits for me, and yeah, when you have like 15 people doing it, so much easier. When it's like the 4 of us, it takes a while.
Why did Beersford address?
Oh, we live in Beersford. Sorry about that.
When did you start this?
Oh, I started it, so I was 14, so this is the second year, we are on a year of being IRS involved. This is probably a year and a half of this being a project I've been doing.
One more. Can you reach the homeless that are walking the streets or at the interstate with a sign for donations? Can you reach the homeless with these?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's something we can definitely consider for in the future.
I'm curious about using travel size. Like, did you ever consider like a larger size, or is this just easier? Like, what went into that decision?
So travel size items, first of all, it makes it more uniform, right? It makes every kit small, easy to pass out, and very easy to make. But yeah, I mean, I would say I am definitely past the beginning of this project, and we're expanding, so there's so many routes it could take, yeah? So that's something I should definitely consider for the future. But right now, out of simplicity and accessibility, it's just travel sized. Anybody else?
Speaking of churches.
Oh, actually, I have. Oh my gosh, I love speaking at churches. Hit me up. I love speaking at churches. I spoke.
Pastor of Dr. Merriman's pastor? Are you at Beersford or are you here?
So I live in the country. Sorry guys, I live 2 miles away from the Vermillion town line. I swear I'm a Vermillion loyal, okay? But I really can't, I spoke in Akron, Iowa. Yeah, I crossed states for this. It was crazy. But I'll speak anywhere. I love speaking. Oh, sorry. I do really love speaking, so yeah, talk to me. Okay, we good?
Thank you, Caitlin. That was absolutely fantastic and very timely, since we have started to have a discussion about this. I had reached out to Emmanuel about a month ago, and he sent me a list of what we were looking for is what does the food pantry need that's non-food items. And he sent a list of personal care items, which falls right into what you were talking about, Caitlin. Like household supplies. Like, these things aren't just always readily available at the food pantry, like laundry detergent, dish soap, things like that. Baby needs, and then just some pantry staples. special dietary items, and then miscellaneous, things like birthday cake and frostings, all the things we take for granted. So we will work on getting that list out. I encourage all of you to, again, we're going to pursue this as a group, but I would encourage everybody to, reach into your heart individually too, and see what you can do for this, because I think this is a very worthwhile cause, and it makes our community just a better place if all of this generosity happens. So before you leave, because I know you probably have to go back to school, can you do our 50-50 drawing?
Oh,